And welcome back to Field 1. And it is the women's 35s. And we have England taking on Europe. As mentioned, this is the second game. Australia playing New Zealand just in the previous time slot. Far too good, the Aussies. And they got away with that one, 9-0 over New Zealand. But really interested to see how this match goes between England. First time we've seen England on the live stream today. And they've sent me up plenty of notes. And I was just reading through them before the match. They're so outrageous. I can't bear to think that they're actually true. But I'll do my best to get some of this information out for the England side. So let's see. They've got the first possession of the ball, and we'll make quick mention as well, out on the field, referee Luke McKenzie, who is about to award this touchdown, and this is his 100th international match. So congratulations to Luke. That's a fantastic achievement in the refereeing ranks, and we've got to give a shout out to all of our referees who are at the World Cup. They pay a lot of money, just like the players, to come to the World Cup. They're representing their countries as well. And Luke, for the 100th time, is doing that in this match here. He blows the first touchdown of the match to England, and they take the early lead. So 1-0 is on the scoreboard for the English. Let's see how the Europeans respond here. They're within the attacking zone early, and keep an eye out for Holly Birch for the European side. She has the ball now, goes dishes as well. Now the referee is pointing to the spot, so I can only imagine that England players might have been offside, but Europe, they hit straight back. And just as I mentioned, Holly Birch, I was really impressed with her opening match I saw this morning out on field 6 when they took on the Aussies. She was a highlight of their side and created a few opportunities, scored a touchdown herself, I'm pretty sure, as well. And you can just see then her first touch of the football, turns it back onto the inside. And Europe have responded nicely and leveled this match back up. So one touchdown apiece. They're within the 5-metre zone, and it's opened up again. Yeah, the referees are happy with that. So pretty similar to the first touchdown. And Danielle Powley-Williams gets her first touchdown of the tournament. So they reclaim the lead. And Europe are back underway here. And Maxwell, my apologies, that's Appleton, who is the number 12. She's got the black visor on. She's going to move into half now. And dishes back to Fleming. And there might be a late pass coming here. And referee Luke McKenzie, on the special occasion, he's not going to miss anything in this match. He'll be all over that. Game 100. Blows a penalty. It was a touch and pass to England. And the dancing feet there of Olivia Jones. She's trying to get on the outside of the European players. Sarah Bello did well. You get the ball down onto the mark. They're driving into the line now with Rickard. It's just a little bit misjointed, but they've gotten back together here, England. They're still on the run. Look to connect. And well defended and held out there from Europe. So let's see if they go through the middle. Now they might shift it out to their left-hand side. This little block play brings them to their substitution box. Spencer driving forward for Europe. Ooh, sniped it there, come up out of the line, did Jolene Hughes. And that was Holly Birch. Again, that danger player for Europe. She's got the ball back again here, Birch. See if she can create something out of nothing. And we're happy to take the touch from Emily Eve. Right, so some of this information that I have received from this England's Women 35 side, absolutely outrageous. Let me just give you one example. One of the players has claimed that being close to Easter, one of the players in this side was integral to the creation of the Maltesers chocolate bunny being a food specialist for Mars. Well, if that is true, I need to know who it is, what number, and if they have any supplies. Because particularly I've done 8 games in a row here today. No one's looking after the big fella in the broadcast box. So if there are Maltesers bunnies getting around from a Mars specialist in this England side, I need to know about it ASAP. So that'll put proof to the theory of whether some of these facts that have been handed to me are true. I'll continue to read them out if Maltesers bunnies make their way up to me in the grandstand. I hope the message is received, England women's 35s. But they've got the ball back here now. So let's see if they can create an opportunity. Oh, the old whirly bird held on 360. Nice bit of work there. Olivia Jones again. Last touch. And just scheming here with the ball. Haven't got too many options. Richardson, who was the 11, going across the field. And they're going to give a penalty away. So the next fact, I might believe this. Now, it says the average height of the squad is 165.5 centimetres, so quite tall. Now I'm trying to think, well, Richardson looks quite tall, so I kind of believe it, but 165 centimetres doesn't actually seem that tall to me at all. Like, I'm big timber, and I think I'm up in the 180s. So I'm not too sure what sort of measuring utensils this women's 35s team uses, but they seem to be off. Europe, they're back on the attack here again. Oh, nice switch in, so they're still going. They're still going here, Europe. Touch made. And it had to be made there from Wilkinson. Almost created something out of nothing there, Europe. Went to their right-hand side of the field. Just nice switch play back in towards the middle of the field. Just caught the England side napping a little bit as they go nice and direct through the middle of the park. Yeah, this is better. This gives the opportunity to the England side to get some substitutions on as well. 3 players in the middle there just working together. And the other players came on to that left-hand side. Show and go, but it's the 5th touch. They come back down this short side. Just try to take them on a one-on-one. Susan Joyce. And it's going to be another penalty here. So for those watching at home that might not have seen too much touch football, I made mention into one of the earlier games I did call that there is a bit of a sportsman-like conduct in terms of giving the football back to the opposing team on the mark. Now, they did that, the England side, on that previous play, but there's also a delay of play type situation with it, so they didn't give it back to them in an adequate time, as deemed by the referees, and the penalty ensues. Here we go. This is nice work here from Europe, but the dummy half is missing. Penelope Spencer on the previous play. She's got the ball back in her hands now. Looks to go short to Spencer. They couldn't connect. The ball goes down to ground. And England, they will roll on their 5-metre line. So let's see how they come out of their end of the field here. They look towards the sub-box side of the field again. But their rucking's been pretty good so far in the match. It's nice and direct. And again, but they get down this end of the field and they haven't been able to finish their sets off just yet. Let's see if they can do it now. Now, there was contact made between the 2 players. The referee and sideline referees are happy. So offside players from Europe, and Powley Williams there. I thought she might have made contact with the European player, which sometimes constitutes a touch, but the referees were happy to allow that one to continue. And they get their, where are we at now? I'm losing track. Their 3rd touchdown of this match. 3-1 is the score now in the women's 35s. Second round match here between England and Europe. I have to make mention too, if you've been tuning into the matches, we just message before this match started, that the drinks breaks will no longer continue. The temperature is down to a suitable playing and comfortable playing condition for the players. So we're back to formalities as a penalty here is going to be given. Forward pass off the ruck would have been the call, but again, Holly Birch, a danger play for Europe, almost got herself down underneath the England players. So yeah, we're going back to our standard timings, 20-minute halves with a 5-minute halftime break. So it'll be interesting to see how the players respond without that quarter time break. No doubt they were looking forward to that during the matches. Now, they're just going to have to come back to the mark. She might have tapped the ball there. The referees weren't ready for it or on the mark. Olivia Jones, she was off to the shops. We're ready to go. So England again, looking for their fourth touch. It's a really good touch there. Jennifer Hynam. Yeah, as mentioned, they'll be looking for their fourth touchdown. Gets underneath. Ooh, fifth touch. 50-50 call, but referee Luke McKenzie right on the spot. Powell Williams into number 13 and the dive. Yeah, it's just going to make mention of Danielle Powley Williams. She has looked impressive. And I've got another special guest back in commentary, Gavin Shuker. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to be back, Scotty.
So we've got the women's 35s game here, mate. England taking on Europe. England are in control of this one so far. The score is 3-1 to the English side. But Europe have looked dangerous on occasions. It's been a pretty good battle between the two sides so far. Mate, yourself, looks like you've just played. What's been happening out there?
Yeah, we played UAE 12-1, so a good start to the tournament. She's nice and hot out there, but so you know you're out there, definitely. So a lot of hydration, a lot of looking after yourself, definitely.
So England into the Europeans' half of the field now. They've looked dangerous every time they've come down these last few sets as they've been raiding the European try line. Last touch made now. I just ran out of options there. Emily Eve.
Yeah, well, you can see that they've actually England doing a subset. So obviously with the likes of Peter Bell and the development of the game over there, you can see that they've come along in leaps and bounds. So it's good to see.
So I was just talking to the viewers before. They've actually given me a bit of some information on their team, which I'm a bit sus on, but one I think is actually true. They have a substitution move called Brexit, which is quite apt for the current situation over there in England. So we might have to keep an eye out to see if we can spot when Brexit gets brought out onto the field.
Yeah, well, it probably might stall a couple of times. So
what is doing over there, Lo? We're not too sure, but how many times do you need to go to a vote?
Yeah.
Sort it out.
Yeah, I think 3 times it's been voted down and it's still going, so the subset might never happen.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. It might take them 3 times to actually get it right in the end, but we'll see if we can pick it. I hope that is, well, that might have gone forward, but it's play on. So England again raiding this European end of the field. They've really had the bulk of the field position in the last 5 or so minutes. They haven't been able to capitalise, but they've gotten through into the in-goal area. Can they connect? No. Good defence in the end. Good scramble defence from Europe to shut that play down.
Yeah, really good defence. Half crossed, and as good wingers and links should do when they cross short side, manning up and made the touch. It was really good.
So let's see how Europe come out of their line. They've got a nice little block play. Whoa! Gone the old hand grenade.
Yeah,
lobbed it straight at the melon.
Falcon, straight up.
So a really tough one to catch. I don't think anyone would have been able to catch that one. Poor old Kate Fleming out here on this left-hand wing. Doing it pretty tough. And England again putting pressure on and give it a little short ball. Touch made. So we come back into the middle of the field with Hutchinson. We go look for that wraparound play. Powley Williams again. She's been everywhere in the middle. Probably their main strike attacking player, Powley Williams. She's hanging around at the moment. Let's see. They're trying to draw them out. They go away from Williams. Can they get the 3-on-2 overlap? Now the referees are going to come together here. Look like they were onside. What are they going to decide? No, unfortunately they weren't. So the sideline referee must have been calling the European players off. They're not too happy about the decision, but it's another touchdown to England.
You can see England, they're trying to do a few structured moves, which is really good to see. So let's see how Europe come out here now. Another set of attacking 6, and that'll make it 4 touchdowns to 1 to Europe.
To England.
Oh, to England, sorry.
You had one job, to check the score.
Can't do it. Yeah, 4-1 to England.
So I've made mention too, mate, I want you to keep an eye out. Number 6 for Europe, Holly Birch, has been one of their strike attacking players. She set up their first touchdown in this match against England and was their star player for sure when they came up against Australia earlier on this morning. So let's see how she goes. She's got the ball here now, turns back on the inside, dishes, goes the wraparound play. They go against her, but well defended from England.
Yeah, great defence from England. A rooster play, 4-on-3 in a wrap and shut down defence. Really good defence.
And
we'll watch for Brexit, see whether they will do a subset here.
All right, let's see. We've made the call. Oh, and unlucky. Throwing the ball away. I think they tried to give it back to them on the mark. The ball just bouncing away. Right, so we've gone tap. Pass into the middle. Another pass. Straighten up. Little block play. This looks Brexit-y to me.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, down the sideline. This could be... Oh, gee, if they scored on Brexit.
Yeah, like Brexit, just got touched right at the end and just didn't quite get through.
So fallen apart has Brexit. They've realigned and they're just working in the middle. Richardson with the ball just dishes off to Wilkinson. Richardson again. Wilkinson. They come right. Penalty.
All right, repeat set of 6. They'll try and set up a play here. You can just tell that they're trying to set up something structured, whether it... we'll see what they got, whether they got a sweeper or a 4-on-3 into a rooster play. Yep, rooster play.
They go against... They're well covered. Touch made on Bello. They slid well there, the Europeans. They come back out to the left. There's nice pressure. They go back out towards the left-hand side. Looking to get players back into position. Wilkinson directing the traffic at the moment. She sent a play around to the left. Now she's bringing them back around to the right. So here's that sweep play with Davis. Comes again off the right foot. Defence is there to shut that one down. Touch made from Jenkinson. So Richardson again working with Wilkinson and changeover. Last touch made.
So Europe are doing a subset too, which is for a made-up team, it just is very good to see. So a team put together, obviously had a few training runs. They should put on the end of this, if they're doing it right, a drive and then someone taking off from half on 5th touch. So someone should drive here and someone should take off. Let's see how they go.
Here we go. That was the call from Gavin Shuka. They managed to get through. No, touch made. So I wonder what if England have Brexit, then Europe, the European Union, who they're trying to leave, what would their sub-play be called?
I don't know.
We don't want you.
We don't want you. Yeah. Brexit to we don't want you. But whatever it was called, whether it was called we don't want you, that was a really good set of 6. Ended up where you should do on the other end of the field, so really good. So we don't want you is followed up by a quick Brexit here. And forward pass.
Over the mark.
Oh, yeah.
So Mr. McKenzie, eagle eyes on the spot, picks that one up. So they're going to be in good field position here at the end of the set here, Europe.
And you got your Holly Birch on, you said that, which is setting their main strike player. So let's see what she can set up.
So just burn the touch there. And it's Watson. Yeah, Birch is
offside.
Yeah, she's not on the field at the moment, but Watson, who's in the number 7, she has the ball here. Just attacking the line, goes the last little pop pass, but yeah, it wasn't quite on there for Europe. So England straight back onto the attack, heading towards their sub-box. Ooh, ball out in front, yeah. As the halftime hooter goes in the background, that will be all she wrote in the first half, but it's England really in control of this match. They go into the halftime break, leading 4 touchdowns to 1 over Europe. And let's see if the European girls can get a couple of touchdowns of their own and bring the margin back in the second half. We'll be back with that second half in just a short moment. And we're back here on field one for the second half of the women's 35s match between England and Europe. England right in control of this match. They have a 3-touchdown lead over Europe. 4-1 is the score. But interesting to see how Europe get us underway here, Shooks, with the second half.
Yeah, it should be good. Like I said, it's really good to see that they're teaching subsets. They're doing a few structured plays. There's good talk, breaking short. So it's good to see the game developing in other countries other than the heartland of Australia and New Zealand. So interesting to see what play they come up with.
So they came out to their right-hand side in the early stages. They've got good movement and they got the inside ball and held on to. So did a good job just to hold the ball. That was Holly Birch. Last touch though, so they're going to try to create something out of nothing. Let's see if Birch can do it. Throws it out. Birch holds on to it again. They're still throwing the ball around. And they turn it over in the end. So England will be coming out of their end. About 12 metres from the try line, and a mistake here.
Chance for Europe.
So
Birch takes control really well here to try and see whether they can set up something. I think they're all going off.
So you've absolutely put the jinx on them there, but needed to make some changes there, Europe. So they will want to make England pay here and get another touchdown, reduce that margin down to 2. They might just think they could be half a chance to get themselves back into the match. So Watson again, 7. She's been good as well for the European side. She's directing traffic in the middle of the field. Links up with Sim. That's Watson with the ball again now. Sim in the half. Haven't got too many options out on this left-hand side, but throws it back on the inside to Sim.
Very unlucky there. Actually reading a few notes here. Scotty and the English provided some notes. I'm very interested to see they provided, one point was the players from England's women's 35 stem from all over England. I find that very hard to believe.
And that's number 1 on the list of information that this 35 side have given us, that all of the players in the England women's 35 side have stemmed from all across England.
We've got people who've invented the chocolate bunnies. There's the coach who works on a local newspaper. We've got one lady, Louise Rickard, she's done karate, bobsled, hockey, women's rugby, and I don't know actually how she's even here. She's probably too busy to be even here.
How have we not heard about some of these players and these stories from this side? Quite astronomical. I like the bobsled and the karate combination. You don't want to mess with someone who could bobsled and karate at the same time.
Very rare to have a combination like that. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Europe have actually, Scotty, they've actually pinned themselves down here quite a fair bit. So it'll be interesting to see where they can convert on this. Like for the last 3-4 minutes, England have not been able to get out.
Yeah, I don't think the English coaching staff will be too happy with the start to the second half here. Errors have been riddled in their attack, trying to get out of their end of the field. And like you said, Shooks, they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves, but can the European side capitalise? They can't again on this set.
Now let's see whether they can get a good set out. So should be trying to do a nice and simple set to get yourself to the other end when you have a few errors. So
oh no! So again, over the mark. They need to go back to what works for them, and that's the Brexit exit set.
The exit set. Those kind of errors really kill you, where you're just a simple overstep and then you've got to stay another 1 or 2 sets. It just really takes it out of the legs, especially in this heat.
Well, even though England are the fancied side in this match, it still doesn't matter how much form you have over the other side. Repeat sets, and this is their 4th one in a row now. And like you said, in the heat, it can take its toll quite quickly, can't it?
Yeah, it can. And it's accumulative too, so you'll be a little bit tired, but when the next set comes, just makes it harder and harder and harder.
So it's McCallion with the ball, drives in now. You've got sweepers coming around the back. This is better. They might have created opportunity, just puts a head down. Ooh, they might have had a 3-on-2 there if they managed to get the ball out on the outside.
Yeah, that's definite. Like, they definitely had a 3-on-2 there, and just the vision just wasn't quite there whether to throw the ball long.
So McCallion again with the ball, just drifting across the field. But again, England, and they managed to hold out. Can they hold on to the ball this set? They have to.
They have to.
And they'll be going towards their sub box, get back on the mark.
First touch. So not real smooth, but still second touch at halfway. That should. And there's another overstep, second touch.
Oh, wow. Well, this is something else from England. They haven't completed a set in the second half, have they?
No, I reckon you could. The total touches would be under 6 for the entire this 10 minutes.
So Europe, they're making changes themselves at the moment. There's only 2 players on the field. Oh, there's 3. Another one out on the far left-hand wing. They're just a little bit disjointed. They're losing ground at the moment. And they straighten themselves back up and get moving forward. Oh, that's forward. Play on is the call. They come back in towards the middle of the field now. So can they crack this England defensive line? They give the pass and coming in off the wing, making a big touch there. That was Sharice Wilkinson.
Again, nice play from Europe though. They did a middle play with a wrap, so they're actually trying to throw something at England. Now England again overstep on first touch.
Yeah, I wonder what's rattled the English side. What's going to happen here? I'm sure that the European players were in the ruck. Who are they going to give it to? They turned it over. All the referees have said ball down.
Ball down. So again, we'll chalk up another set with only 2 touches. There's probably 8 for the 10 minutes. So the coaching staff from England will really be talking about this last quarter, about holding onto the ball and getting down the other end. The positive is that the defence is holding. They haven't scored yet.
So Europe, can they take some advantage out of all this football that they've had? They've got to be searching for a touchdown. Reduce the margin back down to 2. Birch directing traffic. Can it be her that creates something? She takes them on down the short side, goes short. And a touch made there on Hynham. So
again,
5th touch.
Yeah, again, if they had the vision to throw out wide or if the winger called it, there would have been another touchdown on there.
Birch throws it on the outside, and it was going to be a forward pass to Kate Fleming regardless, but almost got a little short side sneaky play there.
All right, I think we're up to set 6 here, so hopefully we can get out.
Still happy to throw the ball around a little bit. The English side, Emily Eve. That was Sarah Bello, sorry, the number 10. This is better. They've still got the ball. They go over the halfway line. This is probably the first time they've been down this end of the field for a very long time. But again, drop ball in the roll ball. They managed to get themselves down a little bit further down the other end of the field, but it still ends in an incompleted set there from England. They're trying to put some defensive pressure on here against Europe. They're doing a pretty good job so far.
Europe very disjointed. They only got. They're very no go forward whatsoever there.
They're still struggling to get forward here, Europe. So this might help England. They've been struggling to hold the ball, but if they can keep them down this end of the field, at least they haven't got so far to go, and a penalty is going to help over the mark from Europe this time.
Yeah, this will help. So hopefully if they get a good set on the end of here, I'll say they go close to scoring if they get a good set here. So a bit of a big call, but we'll see how we go based on the last 7 sets.
So they go over to the right-hand side of the field again, and the substitution's a little bit lacking to get on. They've got the football now, directing a little bit more. Claire Davis still going. Is Davis. Touch made? No, there wasn't a touch made. So I got a little bit confused myself there, and I think Claire Davis did. Somehow might have thought got touched and all of a sudden just put the ball down on the ground and turned it over.
The phantom toucher, just out of nowhere, just must have felt something to play the ball.
Yeah,
so but again, an incompleted set. So
could be the heat and all that defence, getting a little bit delirious out there.
Just play the ball with no one around you. So this is what Europe don't need. They don't need to be holding the ball here. They need to be driving in to making ground.
So Appleton from half and trying to connect up with Spencer. The ball goes behind Penelope Spencer, and another mistake there for Europe.
Yep.
So England now, they've just got to come out of their end of the field, hold the football. It's another penalty. And Shooks, we're hearing the calls from the crowd. Your bus is about to depart.
Yeah, no
but it's
dramas.
been great for you to join me in commentary, mate, and we'll hear more from you throughout the tournament.
No dramas. Thanks, Scotty.
So Europe here, they really need to score a touchdown. They've had so much football down this end of the field. But yeah, they just look a little bit disjointed as well. But it's more sideways stuff. Birch. Penalty to England. Forward pass is the call. So I know they're doing it really tough out there, the European side as well. They've had a lot of the football and they're looking quite tired and fatigued, but if they can just straighten up their point of attack, really drive into England, get them on the back foot, that's when they're going to get a little bit more advantage from their dummy half runs if they haven't got any structured set pieces to go to. But England now, it's on the 5th touch, and they're finally down on the Europeans' try line. They look to go for a short in-line from their winger there, number 6, Olivia Jones. So they at least completed their set, England. They finally get a positive out of it, and the points didn't come to them. The score still being 4-1, so we haven't had any points here in the second half. There's going to be another changeover, so the errors are starting to creep into the European side. Another over the mark. There's been quite a few from both teams in the match. The over the mark penalties, just little 1% errors that you really need to get a handle on. It can really change the momentum of a game when you're giving away penalties like that constantly. But England again, there's another one. So, right as I say that, another over the mark penalty given. They've just got to take their time. If they're getting a little bit clunky in the ruck, take the time to make sure you can get the ball down on the mark. Sometimes that means that you just got to hold on to the football, go back to where you got touched, try to realign, readjust. And that's better. They get away. Oh, sloppy roll ball. And ball down is called from the referee. So it's an error-a-thon, unfortunately, at the moment. Both teams struggling to hold on to the football and cut the penalties out at the moment. Bit more direct here from England. This is better. Oh, just as I say that, referee goes back to the mark, forward pass off the ruck. So while the attacking play there from England looked better, they were going more direct through the middle of the field. Again, you just got to make sure that you take the time, get your timing of your runs correct. And those passes from acting half when you are trying to ruck through the middle of the field can be quite difficult at times. And I can tell you from witnessing many games that referee Mackenzie, who's in his 100th international out here at the moment, there's one thing that he never misses, it's forward passes off the ruck, and he picked that one off in the last set there from England. Again, Europe attacking England here. Sims dishes off to Jan. Jan drives in. Sims, has she got any options? No options available to her there. They give the ball back to England. They'll roll it in the centre of the field on the 5-metre line. And a little bit of ball movement. Howley Williams, number 13, happy to shift the ball. Makes her way to the substitution box. Nice drive in. This is better. It was Ricard. They look to go short, and it's opened up for England. Yes, they finally got it. They finally cracked the European defence open. And the first touchdown of the second half. That's number 5. And now for England, the score pushes out to 5-1. They're leading Europe in this women's 35s match. Second round for these two teams. And as mentioned, both coming off losses from the first round, England against New Zealand. Ball down there, no, referee's going to give a penalty. So swiping at the ball forced the European player to lose control of it. So a penalty given there. As mentioned, New Zealand are getting over England this morning. 7-2 was the score, so it was a respectable scoreline for the English. And the Australians far too good for Europe. And they got a bit of a cricket score in the end there. Play on's a call. Have they got a touchdown? Yes, they have. That's what we wanted. They hit back nicely after England went down the other end and put one on to the European side. And Europe, they come back the best way that you can, getting a touchdown of their own. Nice little ball over the top there, collected nicely. Slam down for their second touchdown. 5-2 the score. Now in this match here between England and Europe. So let's see if England can get another one on the board. The referees really trying to get the European side to move forward. They've still got to continue to go forward because they were within the 5-metre zone on the previous touch. They still got to get up and get forward, and they do well, and referees are happy with their effort. England will bring it back in towards the middle of the field. It's Wilkinson who dishes the ball off to Richardson. Back to Wilkinson. They've combined well together here, Richardson and Wilkinson, throughout this match. The big looping ball, nice footwork coming in from Gaskell. 5th touch. So Gaskell will roll the ball. Victoria Gaskell. Do they go short side? No, they come back into the middle of the field. Wilkinson still with the ball. Props, dances, goes for the low dive. And touch made there on Charisse Wilkinson. So at least they completed their set, England, and they had a little dink at the line as well. And nice touch made from Gaskell. Coming up out of the wing position out here on the left-hand side. Penalty, forward pass. Now if England can get a quick tap going, they choose to roll the ball, which you're also allowed to do in the case of where a penalty is given. You don't necessarily need to tap the ball. You can roll over it without being penalised, but they're going to be penalised here instead. Forward pass again off the ruck. So forward passes and over the mark penalties from both sides have been quite prevalent. Oh, here we go again. Over the mark. I'll put my hand up for that one. That's the old commentator's curse, the jinx. Right as I say, forward passes and over the mark. So referee blows the penalty for another over the mark. I'm sure both coaching teams from both sides will be identifying the errors that were made in this match with those penalties. England now, they've got them on the back foot. They go the low dive and get underneath. The referees are happy. They head back to the spot. And that's a touchdown to Kate Mackay. And number 8 from England there. Getting number 6 on the board. 6-2, the score has extended out. We've got one more match to come, and we'll be heading back over to field 6. And we're back into the mixed open division. So the next game due to commence at 5:40 local time. And that will be between Ireland and Wales. So really, really looking forward to that. Next mixed open match. We had a really good mixed open game between the Cook Islands and Wales out of here on field 1. So if there's anything like that, here we go, Europe. No. Is there an issue? The referee, oh no, he's called ball down. So over the line, unfortunately there, Jennifer Hynam. Oh, that was almost over the mark as well. But the hooter goes in the background. The referee has pulled up play. And this women's 35s match has come to a conclusion. England too strong over Europe. The final score is 6 touchdowns to 2. And as mentioned, we are back over to field 6 for our mixed open game. The last game of the day, and it will be between Ireland and Wales. Stay tuned. We'll be back with that match in just a few minutes.